you guys sent me articles about this interesting new project. The idea is to make a crash-proof plane with the help of covering a plane in giant airbags. And it's the biggest piece of shit I have ever seen, ever done, ever presented in aviation. Honestly, nothing really compares, and I have no idea how it's able to, have this kind of media coverage. Crash-proof plane. Engineers try trial AI airbag shield after deadly Air India crash. I mean, airbags save lives every day in cars. You hit your head against a not so gentle pillow, but at least you don't get a head injury trauma or something like that by hitting your steering wheel. Dubai, an external AI-powered airbag system for aircraft, has been proposed as a pioneering safety solution following the June crash of Air India Flight 171. Experts say the unconventional concept could significantly reduce fatalities and future aviation disasters. Now, it's funny because it seems like the engineers proposing this, the people writing articles about it, or the experts have no idea about how a plane works and how a plane crashes. And of course, me being the brilliant Swiss 001, I've done this. Everybody, now we have a giant balloon covering our airplane, protecting us from exactly nothing at all. But let's read some more information. Crash survival system for an aircraft. Aeroplane that is going to crash due to system fail. This is AI generated. The internet is dead. Journalism is dead. We are all so doomed. Intense engineering precision. What the does that mean? How did this make it onto a news article? So basically, we have a plane that doesn't have wings. Basically, the idea is that a commercial aircraft is in mid-flight, and then the system detects an engine failure, activating emergency protocol. The system is powered by AI. Okay, and then the inflating external smart airbags will inflate. And the good thing is that then crash mitigation cocoon absorbs the impact. Passengers safe. Now come on, let's maybe take a realistic approach of this. This is called the Project Rebirth, an external airbag. We have an outer layer of Kevlar, fire and tear resistant, and a middle layer of TPU Xylon mesh flexible. It's also AI generated, I think. Inner bladder, shear thickening, non-Newtonian fluid. Okay, so I don't know. I try to simulate this in a flight sim, right? Because that is a way how you imagine things that could maybe even work in real life. And well, I have no animation of this bag inflating. I didn't add one because I didn't know how it would work, and I cannot come up with a solution to how it could work. So here they're talking about a non-Newtonian fluid that would somehow inflate this, what is practically a balloon. Yes, this cannot be called an airbag then, it's a fluid bag. And by the way, as you might know, airbags, they don't really inflate like a balloon. They explode and then they run out of air, and so then they're just a bag without anything in it. So this is basically just a balloon filled with something. But once again, how would you make it so it actually surrounds the airplane? Like, how would you generally go from this to this? Where would you stow it? How would that non-Newtonian fluid enter the balloon? Where would the immense amount of fluid that would be needed to surround an entire 737 fuselage be stored? Like, generally, the amount of fluid or even air at all needed to fill up these balloons right here are definitely more than what the wings carry in forms of fuel. So we're talking 20, 30 tons of extra weight. Or maybe they use air, but I don't know how flexible Kevlar is. I don't think it can. You can't make a balloon out of Kevlar. This is so, I don't even know where to start. Let's just say this would be possible to do, and we found out a way to have a balloon magically surround an entire fuselage of a Boeing 737. Honestly, I mean, this crash-proof plane design was inspired to be made after the Air India tragedy back in June. The problem is, this wouldn't have helped a thing, because when you fly in an airliner, right? And primarily when you crash in an airliner, you're at a lot of speed. You have tons of airplane momentum flying around. And the problem is when you crash, you tend to crash nose first. So even if a smart thing would come up, how would that have been How would that have worked? No, I'm genuinely clueless. I've been trying to look for like aviation incidents where like a balloon, like a Michelin man surrounding the airplane would have helped. This is what a fatal crash normally looks like. Do you really think a balloon around your plane can reduce the forces of the impact into the fuselage? No way. I don't think the Potomac River mid-air collision would have ended differently in an airbag design. Luckily, the Delta connection flight 4819 was non-fatal, but that wouldn't have helped either. But come on, let's maybe go, you know. In the very unlikely case of an engine failure, the AI system notices, oh no, something is wrong, and so the balloon magically comes. However, that will work. There's no way it's not feasible, it doesn't work, and then you crash. Do you really think we're now moving at a ground speed of 140 knots? That is 266 kilometers an hour. Now, imagine going that fast on the German Autobahn. Do you think a balloon of any strength or size would be able to protect you? No. There's only like one reason why I think an airbag could make any sense at all, and that is maybe a belly landing that we're gonna do, which happens never, by the way, quite a long time. And so, look, we're now moving an airliner that weighs 50 tons at a speed of 260 kilometers an hour. Of course, it would just rip. This, as you can see, hasn't really done anything. It just scrapes the engine. Now we have our evacuation lights on. Now, while your evacuation might work quickly enough so you could maybe exit the doors, that's okay. You can, for example, see the exit door. I don't really think it's very helpful to, block passenger windows. They don't see what's going on. They have massive disorientation. So after all, there's a reason why window blinds must stay up during takeoff or landing. It just goes against so many, I don't even know where to start. This is so useless as well. Because, how do people die on plane crashes? Well, let's go and find that out. Let's just crash this plane. In a fatal crash situation, which really doesn't happen a lot, luckily. Look. Okay, what I try to do here on a small scale is fire. Yes, the fumes, the fire, the explosive airplane fuel is what kills most. And you know where the fuel is that ignites upon impact? It's in the wings. There is no way, no one's ever talked about protecting the wing. Well, okay, in this one, they cut the wings off and surrounded with a condom. What the hell inner layer nisisgil means? Technology, referenced in context. Janinen anozorvien. Reverse thrust activated. What? I admired, the idea to make new things, engineer new stuff to make aviation safer. But, plane crashes are so unlikely that this is even worse kind of a cost to usage relation than the idea of a detachable cabin design of some sort. Yet you might as well try to fit parachutes to airliner or give every passenger a parachute, which by the way makes flying a lot more expensive, a lot more ecologically impactful. By the way, this also this is, I don't know. I mean, this is barely technically possible. I don't know, lots of media saying different things. Impact absorption. Layered fabrics and smart fluids harden on impact to reduce injuries. So they want to make some non-Newtonian oobleck kind of thing right here. But it's this misconception that I just don't get, because if something hardens on impact, the force will enter just right through it. It won't be absorbed, right? There's so many things that I just don't get. I repeat now, the idea is, right, to deploy the balloon or the cocoon in midair somehow with a fluid. But I don't even want to know how poorly this airplane flies. Once again, we are super fast. Have you ever tried putting your hand out of a super fast vehicle? Not possible. And well, it's possible, it's not a good idea. I don't know. What in the world are even these JATO rockets here? How would this protect anything from anything? How does this make anything better? So why does some media talk about the CO2 canisters? So they want to have it air? What? Drag parachutes help produce reverse thrust? Drag parachutes help produce... This must be all there's a troll. Reverse thrust from a drag I don't want to know the common. Is it April Fool's Day already? There are so many issues such as the extra weight and preventing an emergency evacuation by blocking doors, just to name a few. What if they go off unexpectedly mid-flight? The plane would be flapping around mid-air. Yeah. So buddy, next time when you're having an engine failure above a city, and subsequently crash into buildings, you know, you would wish for this airbag to save you from literally nothing. Yeah, there's just so much to actually criticize about this, and I've only scraped the surface. Thank you for watching this brain rot video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. As always, good night. And a special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters: Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijitsu Finder, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.